A successful lifestyle is not measured by the quantity of accumulated wealth or possession, and neither is it measured by popularity. But a successful lifestyle consists in the attainment of God's goal and purposes for one's life. The name here is Can Great Joy Come Your Way with chosen success story, and I'm large and in charge right here and the place to be. Words are not enough to articulate and express the joy that floats my soul. I have with me here a gentleman from Sierra Leone.
Thank you, Mr. Noah. I am Lamin Toure
Lami from Sierra Leone.
from Sierra Leone. Yeah.
Okay. Lami, tell me a bit about yourself.
I'm 31 years old, as you say, from Sierra Leone, and I hold a BA in political science from the first university in West Africa, Frobe College. And I also hold two diplomas, one in international relations and one in history and African studies. And partially I was doing entertainment, not as a musician, but as an executive producer and event manager. I used to organize this event way back in Sierra Leone, and I've worked with almost all the mainstream musicians in Sierra Leone. So my outside job was entertainment, and I was the digital content creator for a multimedia house in Sierra Leone called iPro Multimedia, and I also work at the State House as a marketing lead.
Oh, that's beautiful. So tell me, growing up, how did you fare? How were you living with your parents, or were they divorced? How was the family together?
I was living with my uncles. I was fortunate enough for my parents to travel to abroad at a very young age. I was 12 to 13 years, and then they traveled. So I was living with my uncle, just me and my uncle, and I'm a Muslim.
And your uncle lived with you like a father living with a son, right?
Yeah, we are more like a friend.
A friend.
Yeah, a friend, because he's a younger brother of my mother. So we are like 6 to 7 years age difference. So
Okay.
I see him mostly as a friend rather than an uncle. So
Did you ever miss your mother at that tender age?
a lot, a lot, a lot. I do miss her.
Yeah. So he actually made it possible for you to go through college and all that.
Yeah. My mother especially, I was not having that kind of relationship with my dad. So my mother was the lead, was the major sponsor of my education, and it was.
Where was your
behind
dad
everything.
then?
My dad was in US, but they separated.
Okay.
Yeah, and my mom is in Australia.
Would you say broken home added more insult to injury in your life?
I feel so, yeah, because if I was with them, I'm not really sure I would have gotten to this level.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I've got to this level, but I feel like broken home caused part of what I'm going through right now.
Good. So tell me, Ghana, we were here and all of a sudden we chanced upon a vibrant young man called Lamil in GH. What are you doing here in Ghana?
This is my very first visit in Ghana, and I came to Ghana on a rehabilitation program at Choosing Rehabilitation Center.
Rehabilitation center. So what were you doing wrong in Sierra Leone that you never righted?
I was doing drugs. I was abusing cocaine, the crack cocaine to be specific, and it was going really bad for me, and it reaches to a point I lose control of how I was taking it, the damages and everything, and I decided not to do the rehabilitation in Freetown because we had a rehabilitation center back there. But the stigma and all, and I was that kind of a figure, a very popular, especially in my city, Freetown. So I don't think I will handle it to do the rehabilitation there. So I searched for some few rehabilitation centers in Nigeria and Ghana. Unfortunately, choosing was choosing.
You talked about stigma. When you were doing drugs, you never knew about the repercussions.
Unfortunately for me, I don't even care.
So why should you care about stigma?
Because I've I've made up my mind to move away from that now. Yeah, so I think I need to deal with the stigma. It came to a point that when I was doing drugs, effectively, I don't care about anything. It's just the short-time pleasure, like the 10 to 15 minutes I'm doing it, then that's all. I don't care about the result. I don't care about the repercussions, just to get myself high.
I think the 5 pillars of Islam would not recommend anybody to be an addict.
No, will not at all.
Then why? Or were you not practicing Islam?
I was practicing Islam, but not on a daily basis as we
A
do, like the
moderate
5 daily.
Islam.
Yeah, it's a moderate
Not
Islam,
an
just like
extreme Muslim.
yeah, just like maybe on Fridays or during Ramadan. I was not close to God. I was not close to God. And 1 year ago,
Your uncle was not also close to God.
my uncle is very close to God, but he's working. He's one of the intelligence for the president. He's working close to the president. So I'll not see my uncle for like 2 to 3 weeks. I'll just be home alone and he'll be at work. So we don't have that kind of relationship to be checking on me if I'm close to God. And sometimes when he does, I'll tell him, yeah, I'm praying, I'm fine. So it was like, okay.
The first time you took crack, how did you feel?
Unexplainable, honestly. I've never had that kind of feeling before. And to be honest with you, before taking it, my idea about cocaine was the one that you sniff. Yeah. I did not know what's the rock or the stone
crack,
type of this. Yeah. So I met somebody, a lady. So she gave me my first try. She tried it at some point that you should try this thing, and I denied for like 2 to 3 weeks. She was in Freetown on a research-based program. So we were dating, and she's way older than me. So I thought it's something like just to enhance my sexual capabilities, and also out of pride of, yeah, the man, you know, this is the lady, she's taking it, come on man, this one try to do anything. And I took the first try, because by then we were staying together at the hotel. During our stay, the 3-month stay in Freetown, we stayed together at the hotel, and I said, you know what, let me try this thing today. So this lady will stop acting all bossy on me that I'm a coward, I can't take this thing. 1 year ago, I did not know what drug is. So at one night, I think I can remember the day, it was a Friday night, I said, you know, I'll try this today and see. I was foolish enough to think that it was just about sexual purpose.
How old were you then?
30 years old.
Then?
Yeah, it was 1 year ago. 1 year ago, last year, this April 6th, I was not taking drugs.
Amazing.
Yeah, I was not taking drugs. This was 1 year ago.
Just a year ago?
Just a year. 11 months, not even a year. May. It all started around May.
Amazing.
It all started around May.
Is it that expensive in Freetown?
Yeah, it's expensive and it's hard to get. But by then, she was a pilot. She's a white. So she had access to, like, I don't know if she smuggled it, but she brought it all the way from Germany. And it was pure white. She was calling it Snow White. So we had like a large quantity, you know, the mayonnaise bottle, like the small size of the mayonnaise bottle. Yeah. It was filled in there like stony thing, a rock. So during that 3 months, the very first night I tasted it, I liked it. And she got that electric pipe. I don't know if you know it. Yeah, you charge it and then she will use the ash, put it inside. Yeah, so I get used to it eventually, because I was not buying it. It was all over the place until at some point she returned after the 3 months, and the one she left me with finished. And then I have to ask, where can I get this? And they said, we have someone that can sell it to you. I used to buy 2 grams for $50.
2 grams for $50?
$50. So.
And that 2 grams, what length of days could you spend there?
That's minimum a day. I smoke like 2 grams per day, yeah. $50 a day for the past 11 months. No, for the past 8 months. Because I was using the one she left for the 3 months, and when she returned back to Germany, I started to buy. she left me with some money. So I was using that money. I took some cut like 3,000 years. I gave to the one guy that was processing it, that was cooking it. So during the morning, he would just send his boy to give him my 2 gram. They would just drop by and left my 2 gram.
Do you have siblings?
Yeah, I have a younger brother, but he stays with my mom.
Is it, what, you were step, right? You and him was a step. Or, are you
no.
step or?
Yeah,
is it
yeah,
from-
step, yeah.
Step. Okay. Was he aware that you were doing drugs?
My younger brother.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's aware now.
Okay.
He's aware
Then,
now.
was mommy aware that you were doing drugs?
No. Mom only aware. Mom only
Is
knew
your
about
uncle
this.
aware that you're doing drugs?
Yeah, all of them knew now.
Aware.
Yeah.
Okay. By virtue of your introduction and experimentation, have you perchance hurt somebody in the process? Or stole money from somebody? Or did absurd things so that you can get money and then fuel your addiction?
Yeah. I've hurt a lot of people, especially my family, my girlfriend, especially my mom. And I used to manage one of the biggest musicians in Sierra Leone, so
And what's his name?
Drizzlick. So there are a lot of money coming in to book for shows, to book for features. So when the money are coming in, I will just get the money and to buy drugs. And if I don't have my way, I'll call my mom that, I need money to do this, I need money to do this, then I'll get. If my mom is not, she's not around to like provide the kind of money I want, I've decided to get a furniture in our house because like I told you earlier on, my uncle is not always around, so I'll get maybe one of the expensive furniture like a TV, the generator, and then push it out. So it came to a time that I could not hide it anymore. I made a call straight to my mom that I have messed up.
You wouldn't have been wayward had it not been a broken home.
Yeah, exactly. It wouldn't have reached to this point.
But it is good that you realized it earlier and then spoke to your family members about it.
Yeah.
So when you told them that you want to come to Chosen Rehab, didn't they object and say, "No, why wouldn't you go for a rehab in Freetown rather?"
Yeah. When I told my mom that I'm doing drugs, like she was surprised, because she knew even alcohol. I don't do even alcohol, like not even a beer. So she was traumatized. She decided to get back to Freetown in 2 weeks' time from Australia. So she was with me for like 2-3 weeks. During that time, I was stable, like to impress her, just to get a lot of money too. And I stole her goals, her phone, like a lot of things. So she returned with the full hope that, my son has left all of this stuff. He's not doing drugs anymore. And when he returned, I left home. I went to stay with my pusher. He was just cooking it and I was just smoking. So my uncle then returned and he saw me doing it. And then he told my mom that things are getting worse, we need to do something about this. So they asked me, what do I really, really want, I was reminiscing about where my life was 5-6 months ago to where I was now. It was getting really, really worse. I lose weight, my account balance, like I lost everything, sold my cars. Like there are lots of losses I won't mention. So I spoke to her that, I'll need this rehabilitation to get my mind right. And even before coming to Ghana, I stopped like a week in Freetown. And there was a point when, even at the airport, because I missed my flight, so I decided to stay at the airport hotel for like 2 days. And there was a pusher there that saw me and said, "You know what, bro, I have something for you, you can try this." And I was having like $400 as pocket money. That was the time I knew I'll never go back to cocaine again. I rejected for the 2 days and then I came to Ghana to choose it.
Is cocaine freebase or crack cocaine that addictive? Because some of us believe that it's not so addictive.
It's really, really, like it's very, very addictive. And
comparatively to heroin?
well, in Freetown, heroin is not common. I only heard about heroin through movies and when I came to Ghana. So that was the reason that I got into crack cocaine really, really seriously, because I do not have a substitute like I'll need to take to step down a little, and I don't smoke weed. So it was just the crack, continuously. It came to a point I almost dozed off, lose my breath. So I don't have anything like to calm myself down. We don't have heroin that, but crack cocaine is really, really addictive. I don't think there's anything more addictive than it.
You rightly said that you were able to quit about 1 week ago.
Yeah, before coming to Ghana.
Before coming to Ghana.
Yeah.
So why then didn't you continue for life?
I needed to know God more. And the reason that I choosing was because I read that it's a faith-based rehabilitation center. So I feel that this is an opportunity for me to get closer to God, to know God more, and relate with different people. And I needed again to stay off the friends I already had in Freetown. I need to meet new people, explore new possibilities and all.
So have your dreams been met by coming to Chosen Rehab?
Yeah, I feel so, partially, so like 50%. I feel really, really comfortable here. I'm more closer to God than I ever was. Imagine I'm a Muslim, but I'll never miss a Christian activity, and I'm really, really committed. I'm reading the Bible every day, so I feel like I'm having added advantage, reading the Bible, reading the Quran. So I feel I'm closer to God than any other thing else.
What are some of the things you will forever remember Chosen about?
The morning devotion.
The morning devotion.
Waking up 4 a.m. in the morning, praying to God till 7 a.m. I'll never believe that I'm doing that, because back then in my country, I used to wake up around 7 or 8, get ready to walk, not knowing that, So I love the morning devotion. I'll miss it.
So how many months have you done here at Chosen?
1 month now.
1 month
Yeah,
now.
exactly 1 month.
And you have 2 months more to go.
2 months more, yeah. I'm not sure, but I have 2 months more. Maybe I'll extend, maybe I don't know. Depending on how I'm feeling.
Grateful for having you on the program. We'll surface back again in 3 months' time and see how you're faring.
Thank you, Mr. Noah, and thank you, Chosen.
All too soon, this what time will permit us to halt the program. Stay tuned for more. The name is Noah Ken, your host. Thanks for watching Chosen Success Story.
At Chosen Rehab Center, we don't just cure them, but we keenly focus on their renewal of the mind. Change is possible.
Say no to drugs.